This is Bill Mounce's translation exercise, number 7. Epen αὐτοῖς ho Jesus. Epen is he said. Αὐτοῖς is dative plural to them. Ho Jesus is nominative. We translate Jesus said to them. ἐλάλει αὐτοῖς τὸν λόγον. ἐλάλει means he, she, or it was speaking. αὐτοῖς to them. Tōn logon, the word, we would of course translate it in English as he was speaking the word to them. Number 3. Ten agapen to theou uk echete. Uk echete means you do not have. Echete means you have. Uk is the negative. Uk echete, you do not have. Ten agapen to theou, the love of God. Ten agapen is accusative. To theou is genitive. Number 4. Ἐπιμένωμεν ταῖ ἁμαρτίᾳ. Ἐπιμένωμεν ταῖ ἁμαρτίᾳ. Ἐπιμένωμεν means we should continue. Tαῖ ἁμαρτίᾳ is dative singular. Note the iota subscript. This is a dead giveaway for the datives. Dative singular, and it means in the sin. That's literally translated. One of the uses of the dative case would be expressed by the expression in, location. In this case, we would simply take away the article, and the sentence means we should continue in sin. Number 5. Apostolei hoios tu anthropou tus angelus aŭtou. Apostolei hoios tu anthropou tus angelus aŭtou. Apostolei means he will send. Who is the he? The answer is hoios tu anthropou. This is the son, hoios, of man to anthropou. Literally, it's the son of the man, but we translate it the son of man. What will he send? Answer, tus angelus aŭtou, the angels of him. We translate his angels. Tus angelus, accusative plural. Number 6. Engiken gar he basileia ton uranon. Engiken gar he basileia ton uranon. Engiken means it has drawn near. Gar is another of those post-positive words. It means for, and it never comes first in its clause. It prefers to come second in its clause. Normally we translate it for in English, and typically we would put it first in the clause in English, since we don't have any such rules about post-positive conjunctions. Engiken gar, it has drawn near. What is the it? The answer is he basileia ton uranon. He basileia, the kingdom, nominative singular, functioning as the subject. Ton uranon is a genitive. It means of the heavens, literally. So, for the kingdom of the heavens has drawn near. However, it is idiomatic in biblical Greek to use the plural when speaking of heaven. So we wouldn't translate this of the heavens, we would translate it the kingdom of heaven. He basileia ton uranon, the kingdom of heaven, engiken, has drawn near. Number 7. Epistusen ho anthropos to logo. Epistusen ho anthropos to logo. Epistusen means he believed. The verb for he believed often takes its direct object in the dative case, and we're going to see in a moment that that's exactly what's happening here. Before we do, let's ask ourselves, who is the he who believed? The answer is the nominative, ho anthropos, the man. So the man believed to logo. The man believed the word, or believed in the word, if you want to give it that nuance of the dative. Notice that to logo is dative, but it is functioning as the direct object of the verb ἐπίστουσιν. The verb takes the dative direct object instead of the accusative, at least in this instance. Number 8. Γνωρισθῇ nun ταῖς ἀρχαῖς kai ταῖς ἐξουσίαις. Γνωρισθῇ nun ταῖς ἀρχαῖς kai ταῖς ἐξουσίαις. Nun means now, and γνωρισθῇ, it might be made known. Then we have ταῖς ἀρχαῖς kai ταῖς ἐξουσίαις. Ταῖς ἀρχαῖς is dative plural feminine. It comes from ἀρχαῖ and it means rulers. Ἀρχαῖ means ruler. Ταῖς ἀρχαῖς therefore means to the rulers. It's dative plural, functioning as an indirect object. It may be made known to the rulers. Kai ταῖς ἐξουσίαις. Exousia is authority. Ταῖς ἐξουσίαις is to the authorities. We might translate this slightly more idiomatically, but you get the idea. Now it may be made known to the rulers and to the authorities. Γνωρισθῇ nun ταῖς ἀρχαῖς kai ταῖς ἐξουσίαις. Number 9. Ἀγάπη του Θεού ἐκέχουται εν ταῖς καρδιάς ἡμών. Ἀγάπη του Θεού ἐκέχουται εν ταῖς καρδιάς ἡμών. Ἀγάπη του Θεού, the love of God. To Theou is obviously genitive. Ἐκέχουται means has been poured out. The love of God, ἀγάπη του Θεού, ἐκέχουται, has been poured out in ταῖς καρδιάις ἡμών. In ταῖς καρδιάις, the hearts, ἡμών of us. So, ἀγάπη του Θεού ἐκέχουται in ταῖς καρδιάις ἡμών. The love of God has been poured out, and we would put this as in our hearts. Ταῖς καρδιάις ἡμών, in our hearts. Number 10. Ἀρχαῖ του εὐαγγελίου Ιησού Χριστού υἱοῦ Θεού. Ἀρχαῖ means beginning. We are going to add the article, the beginning, to Euangeliu, of the gospel, Ιησού Χριστού, of Jesus Christ. Frequently what happens when you've got a string of genitives is each one modifies the one that goes before it. So here we've got ἀρχαῖ is the head noun, beginning, to Euangeliu, of the gospel, and the next modifier, Ιησού Χριστού, of Jesus Christ. And then the words in square brackets stand in a grammatical relationship known as apposition. You can find out more about that later. Essentially, we are just going to put a comma and say, υἱοῦ Θεού, the Son of God. Ἀρχαῖ του Euangeliu Ιησού Χριστού, the beginning of the gospel of Jesus Christ, υἱοῦ Θεού, the Son of God. Number 11. Ἐξουσίαν ἔχε ο υἱός του ανθρώπου αφίεναι ἁμαρτίαις. Ἐξουσίαν ἔχε ο υἱός του ανθρώπου αφίεναι ἁμαρτίαις. The verb is he has. Who's the he who has? The answer is found in the nominative, ο υἱός. The whole phrase is ο υἱός του ανθρώπου. This means the Son of Man. So the Son of Man, ἔχε, has ἐξουσίαν, authority. Notice that ἐξουσίαν is in the accusative case because it is the direct object of the verb ἔχε. So, ἐξουσίαν ἔχε ο υἱός του ανθρώπου, αφίεναι, we are told means to forgive, ἁμαρτίας, ἁμαρτίας from ἁμαρτία, meaning sin. It is accusative plural, to forgive sins. Ἐξουσίαν έχε ο Υιός του ανθρώπου αφιέναι ἁμαρτίας. The Son of Man has authority to forgive sins. Number 12. He agape gar tu theou didaske ten ἐξουσίαν tu kuriou. Notice the postpositive gar again for he agape tu theou, the love of God. Didaske, it teaches. The it, of course, is the love of God. So he agape gar tu theou didaske, for the love of God teaches. Ten ἐξουσίαν is accusative singular, the authority to kuriou, of the Lord. He agape gar tu theou didaske ten ἐξουσίαν tu kuriou, for the love of God teaches the authority of the Lord. Strange sentence, but that's what it means, or how it would be translated at least. Number 13. Hai ἀρχαῖ tu Israel uk epistousan hoti Jesus mise tas ἁμαρτίας. Hai ἀρχαῖ tu Israel uk epistousan hoti ho Jesus mise tas ἁμαρτίας. This one's a lot more complicated. Hai ἀρχαῖ, from ἀρχαῖ meaning ruler, it's plural nominative. The rulers to Israel, of Israel. The word Israel is indeclinable, so it always remains Israel, regardless of what case it's in. But here, you can see from the genitive singular article that it is in fact a genitive. So, hai ἀρχαῖ to Israel, the rulers of Israel. Uk epistousan. Epistousan means they believed, and uk epistousan means they did not believe. Hoti, that. Ho Jesus, this is a new clause, subordinate clause, but ho Jesus is the subject of the verb mise, hates. They did not believe. Hoti, ho Jesus mise, that Jesus hates tas ἁμαρτίας, sins. Tas ἁμαρτίας, accusative plural, it's literally the sins, but we translate in English as sins. One of the many cases where English leaves out an article present in Greek. Number 14. Hode logos tu Jesu eche ἐξουσίαν hoti o theos ein ente ἀρχαῖ tu kosmou. Hode logos tu Jesu eche ἐξουσίαν hoti ho theos ein ente ἀρχαῖ tu kosmou. De is postpositive. Let's assume it means but. Ho logos tu theou, the word of Jesus. Sorry, ho logos tu Jesu. The word of Jesus, eche, has. Ἐξουσίαν, accusative, direct object of has, means authority. Hode logos tu Jesu eche ἐξουσίαν, but the word of Jesus has authority. Hoti sometimes means that, but here it seems to mean because or for. Ho theos ein, because ho theos, God was. Ente ἀρχαῖ tu kosmou, in the beginning of the world. Ἀρχαῖ can mean beginning, it can also mean ruler. We've seen a few instances where it meant ruler or rulers. In this case, it means beginning. Ente ἀρχαῖ. Ἀρχαῖ in this case goes with en, meaning in, so it means in the beginning to kosmou, of the world. Hode logos tu Jesu eche ἐξουσίαν. The word of Jesus has authority. Hoti ho theos ein ente ἀρχαῖ tu kosmou, because God was in the beginning of the world. Another strange sentence, I think. Number 15. Ego poio to ergon tu angelou, αὐτός de eche ton doxon tu theou. Ego poio ton ergon tu angelou, αὐτός de eche ten doxon tu theou. This one is somewhat complicated. What you need to realize is that there is a break between angelou and αὐτός de. Remember that de is postpositive. It tends to begin a clause, but the clause it begins starts one word back from it. So αὐτός is the beginning of a second clause here. Our first clause, therefore, is ego poio ton ergon tu angelou. I do ton ergon, the work, tu angelou, of the angel. Autos de eche, but he has. Autos de eche, but he has. Ten doxan, it's accusative singular, the glory, direct object of eche, tu theou, of God. Ego poio to ergon tu angelou, autos de eche, ten doxan tu theou. I do the work of the angel, but he has the glory of God. Number 16. Hoi de hioi tes basileas, ek bletheison tai estos skotos. Hoi de hioi tes basileas, de you know is post-positive and means something like but. Hoi de hioi tes basileas, hoi hioi is the sons. Tes basileas, of the kingdom. It is genitive singular feminine. Ek bletheison tai, will be thrown. Eis means into, and toskotos is the darkness. Hoi de hioi tes basileas ek bletheison tai eis toskotos. But the sons of the kingdom will be thrown into darkness. Number 17. Ἐπέναυτο. This means he said to him. Ἐπέναυτο. He said to him. En ἁμαρτίας σου εγενέθες. En ἁμαρτίας σου εγενέθες. Σου εγενέθες, you were born. En ἁμαρτίας, en means in, always goes with the dative. Ἁμαρτίας is dative plural, sins. Ἐπέναυτο, he said to him, en ἁμαρτίας σου εγενέθες. In sins you were born, or you were born in sins. Number 18. Lατρεύω τον θεόν, ότι εγώ πιστεύω το εὐαγγελίω του υἱοῦ αὐτοῦ. Λατρεύω τον αυτόν, ότι εγώ πιστεύω το εὐαγγέλιο του υἱοῦ αὐτοῦ. Λατρεύω means I serve. Τον θεόν, the God, in this case just God. Ότι, because. Ego πιστεύω, because I believe. To euangelio, because I believe in the gospel, or I believe the gospel. Remember, the verb πιστεύω often takes a dative direct object, so we could translate I believe the gospel to υιοῦ αὐτοῦ, of his son. Λατρεύω τον θεόν, ότι εγώ πιστεύω το euangelio to υιοῦ αὐτοῦ. I serve God because I believe, ότι εγώ πιστεύω το euangelio, in the gospel, to υιοῦ αὐτοῦ, of his son. Number 19. Kai su es accuse, kai helios esse, tais ἁμαρτίαις του λαού του Israel, kai oisete αὐτούς εστεν gain. Kai su es accuse, kai helios esse, tais ἁμαρτίαις του λαού του Israel, kai oisete αὐτούς εστεν gain. Kai, you know, means and. Su es accuse, we are told, you will hear. Kai helios esse. Esse is you will be, and helios is merciful. And you will be merciful. Tais hamartiais, to the sins. Dative, indirect object, to the sins. To lau, to Israel, of the people of Israel. Kai oisete, and you will bring. Αὐτούς, dative, accusative plural, them, esten gain, into the land. Kai su es accuse, kai helios esse, tais hamartiais tu lau tu Israel, kai oisete aŭtous esten gain. And number 20. Aŭte epen to Jesu, hoti hutoi orgizusi te basileia to nuranon. Aŭte epen to Jesu, hoti hutoi orgizusin te basileia to nuranon. She said to Jesus. Aŭte is she. Epen said, to Jesu, the dative indirect, to Jesu, to Jesus. Hoti. Now, hoti often introduces indirect speech, in which case we would say that, but hoti sometimes introduces direct speech, which is the case here. So we leave hoti untranslated, and we translate what follows as direct speech. Hutoi, these, it's masculine plural, we could say these men, orgizusin, are angry. Te basileia ton anthropon. Te basileia is dative. It means kingdom. And we have to try and figure out what the nuance is here. Is it in the kingdom of men or at the kingdom of men? My instinct is to translate at the kingdom of men. So we get, Aute epen to Jesu, she said to Jesus, hoti, hutoi orgizusin te basileia ton uranon. These are angry at the kingdom of men. And that brings us to the end of translation exercise 7 in Mounce's workbook. I trust that you've been able to follow all of the translations. It's a good exercise to try and work through them again. If there were some that gave you trouble when you attempted them on your own, you might want to go and relook at how they were handled in this translation exercise. I'll be back with you for translation exercise 8.